Welcome to an in-depth overview of the Extraordinary Leader Workshop, Turning Good Managers into Great Leaders. In today's highly competitive environment, the organizations that excel in their respective markets will be those with great leaders. The Extraordinary Leader Workshop is a one-day, instructor-led workshop for all leaders, from senior executives to first-line supervisors. This innovative workshop is changing the training industry's approach to leadership development through our unique and proven strengths-based method. From our research published in our best-selling book, The Extraordinary Leader, we found there's an absolute clear correlation between the success of an organization and the effectiveness of its leaders. For example, in this study, we're showing you the leadership effectiveness measured by our 360 assessment. We have divided people into 10 groups based on their effectiveness as a leader, from the worst to the best. We then measured the level of satisfaction, engagement, and commitment of their direct reports. If you look at the worst leaders, you find that their average employee satisfaction, commitment, engagement percentile is at about the 22nd percentile. These are dissatisfied and frustrated employees who do not like their job. Poor leadership produces dissatisfaction. Good leaders do better. Their direct reports are at about the 52nd percentile. For them, their work is simply okay. However, great leaders have employees at the 80th percentile in terms of their employee satisfaction. These people love their job. We have also found the same results with the leader's ability to retain the best employees, produce the most customer satisfaction, generate the most profit, and increase the percentage of highly committed employees. We repeat, there is an absolute clear correlation between an organization's success and the effectiveness of their leaders. This study, along with others, proves that you don't just need good leaders, you need great leaders. Your organization needs leaders at the 80th or 90th percentile. The question is, how do you develop great leaders? Zenger-Folkman set their organizational mission around helping good managers make the transition to great leaders. The good news is, we know that leaders can and will respond to this challenge. But to be successful, we have found that traditional methods of leadership development do not work. Becoming a great leader requires a new approach. This development process begins with an assessment. In any journey, to get where you want to go, you need to know where you are. Turns out, the person that is worst at predicting their leadership effectiveness is you. Others are much better. The Extraordinary Leader 360 assessment can accurately identify the organization's best and worst leaders. But more importantly, it can provide every leader insights on their strengths and effectiveness as a leader. The first step is defining what extraordinary looks like. Zenger-Folkman has found from analyzing over 200,000 surveys, 16 differentiating competencies that separate good leaders from great ones. Our strengths-based 360 assessment is the best one on the market, with over 50 years of survey research backing it. However, if your organization has an existing 360-degree feedback assessment, competency model, or weakness-based approach, then our Extraordinary Leader Workshop and 360 can be customized to align with your current programs. Next, every participant asks for feedback from their managers, peers, direct reports, and others in the organization. The assessment process is very quick and efficient. It only takes 15 minutes to complete. When all the assessments are submitted, then the results are analyzed and the workshop begins. We start by showing studies, such as this one, where we look at the effectiveness of leader in sales of millions of dollars. Participants see that there's a huge difference between poor leadership and great leadership. The way we measured the effectiveness of leaders in this study is by utilizing the aggregate results from the 360 assessment. It is important for participants to realize that these results predict organizational success. This sets the bar high, since the challenge of the workshop is for every person to become an extraordinary leader. How does a leader make this transition from good to great? Typically, when participants receive their feedback, their inclination is to fix their weaknesses. This is not always the best approach and is often the wrong approach. Leadership development that only focuses on fixing weaknesses creates a negative impression of this process, as if the only purpose of the training is to point out what's wrong with people. We have done research where we have looked at the impact of strengths, and what we know is the average effectiveness rating of a leader with no strengths is at the 34th percentile. But if a leader had just one profound strength at the 90th percentile, that leader's effectiveness went up to the 64th percentile. If they did 3 things well, it was at the 81st percentile. And with 5 strengths, it was at the 91st percentile. Our insight is that great leaders are not defined by the absence of weaknesses, but rather by the presence of a few profound strengths. As the workshop continues, every participant receives their personal feedback report, and they can start to identify the competencies that they can magnify and improve. They are shown a prioritization process that will help them select the competency that will make the biggest difference in their improvement. In order to do this, they must choose a competency that the organization needs, they are competent in, and they have a passion for improvement. The process of building strengths is much different than fixing weaknesses. If a great marathon runner wants to increase their speed and endurance, they don't just run more miles, they cross-train. They go swimming, lift weights, and work various parts of the body to help them get better. Zenger-Folkman has, through years of research, developed a verified method for building strengths similar to this idea of cross-training. We call it nonlinear development. We found that each competency we research has statistically correlated companion competencies that can assist in building strengths. When leaders focus on building strengths through nonlinear development, they create powerful combinations that take them to the 90th percentile of effectiveness. One of the greatest tools given to participants in this workshop is the Competency Companion Development Guide. The Extraordinary Leader Workshop is proven and powerful because it was built on years of scientific research in assessment, training, and development. It is data-driven and customized to the individuals by utilizing our best-of-class 360 assessment. Its focus is on building strengths and is a positive experience for all involved. This workshop compares each participant's results to the best leaders in the world. We challenge leaders to raise the bar for themselves and set stretch goals. We employ a unique and structured development planning process that leaves every participant with their own action plan that they have created, enabling the training to extend far beyond the workshop. It is results-focused, and best of all, Zenger-Folkman has built sustainable follow-up processes and programs, guaranteeing that improvement and change will happen in your organization. This program has been proven to improve employee productivity and engagement, customer satisfaction, and even increase bottom-line profitability. For more information on this workshop, contact a Zenger-Folkman representative by emailing us at info@zengerfolkman.com and learn how you can attend a public workshop or implement this workshop for your organization. You can also register for our Leadership Resource Center. There you will find instructional videos, case studies, white papers, and tips and tools that will help you get to know the workshop better.